Hey there, Internet. Keith here, and welcome to the Cars and Keith YouTube channel. And in this video, we're going over the Active's new wall mounting solution. They did send this to me, and they sent a tool-only Active 2.3, which will be launching at about the same time. I'm filming this before them because I've had them for a little bit, and I'll have them for a little bit before the launch so I can kind of really see how this thing works on the wall. Just from looking at it, the only problem that I really have is the jumper hose seems to be permanent. There's no way to thread your own setup or anything, just in case maybe you were to use a pressure washer that maybe sits like this and you want it to be facing this way, but maybe the inlet is on this side, right? So then this wouldn't be long enough to reach. So they said they built this to work with just about any pressure washer out there. There are so many different types of mounting positions up here. The Active 2.0, they built a foot kit for it. I don't have that or anything like that, but supposedly it helps you mount it easier to this. And obviously I think it may help with some vibration and damping as well. So they're using rubber grommets instead of quick connects to do these positions for your nozzles and for, you know, the foam cannon or whatever you want to put here. The only thing that I'm thinking about is, you know, they're definitely not going to be as tight. They're going to wear down over time because it is rubber as the often you put things out. How are these things going to kind of sit? Are they going to jiggle it around? Are they going to sit in this slot and then kind of, you know, over time, you know, do that? And what happens if you have a metered foam cannon and you have a lot of product in it? It's heavy. Is that going to weigh down on this rubber grommet here? Now, based off of looking at them, obviously there is a hole there that grommet goes through. So if you wanted to at some point, you might be able to put other type of quick connects on here, right? You can have them here. You put a bolt on the other side to hold it down. So here in the middle is how it hooks up. You can see there's a quick connect right here. So you'll be able to put your hose quick connect and you'll run it around, and there is a hoop here right there that you'll run that through here to keep that to the side here. So that way you can get that nice consistent roll. Retractable hose reel, you really don't have that. You know, they don't like to go in as nice and uniform as possible. So if you're obsessed or you're OCD, manual reels have a much nicer look. It is smooth here on the spin. Big, nice bearing on that side. Same thing on this side. Look at this. So it's definitely a bearing in this, which might be nice for this fluid turn. It's gonna be nice to see with that handle in there, how close it is. Are we gonna bang our hand on stuff? How much room you have on the outer half of this to be able to clear, you know, are you gonna, if you force this into a small area, how much room do you really need to be able to turn this? In the area we're putting this in, we don't have a ton of room. Comes with a mounting plate, which is nice because that way this doesn't mount directly to the wall. This gives you some space and gives you the ability to take it on and off if needed. It's 16 inches apart, so it works well for US standard studs in the wall. The bolts that they use to secure this to the plate seem to be much stronger than the ones that are holding it on the wall. You see the difference between the two? Look at the size of these bolts, which probably can hold the weight, but then look at the ones that they use to secure that to the plate itself. These are significantly stronger, and they're not the ones that are holding it to the wall. You have a little baggie with two small screws that holds your gun holder to the side. And then you have a cotter pin style U here, right here, that allows you to attach the handle to the unit. You get your instruction booklet, which you might need for this. It's pretty self-explanatory. I don't think I need a whole lot of help on that. A little beg for follows card in there like everybody does. If I'm gonna follow you, I'm gonna follow you. I don't need a piece of paper. The conversion rate on that is probably nothing. You do have a 2-year warranty on this, and it does not state that if you use it for commercial use that it either voids it or reduces it. So full 2-year warranty, unlike their other products like the Active 2.3. 2-year warranty residential, 1-year warranty commercial. How do they know it's commercial use? No clue there, legally speaking. Now, if you do need to remove this reel for any reason, it is not permanent. It is removable. It will require you to take the whole assembly off the wall, but you have these bolts on the back that will take it off. Now, the price on this, as I'm making a video, has not been completely determined yet, but supposedly Canada around $3.99. in the US, somewhere around $349. Hopefully that's what it is, but it could be more or less. So discount code is going to be CARS WKEEV 10. I'll have it down here just in case I said it wrong, but that'll give you 10% off when this launches. That'll be when it's available in the US that day. So let's go hang this up on the wall. But before we do that, check the links below for anything in the video. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. Let's have some fun. And I've picked this wall, this smaller wall, because the studs at 16 inches are actually here. So I only have this much room between the garage door bracket and here to really truly see how much room do you truly need with this system before you go banging your knuckles. You definitely need to know where the studs are on your wall. Luckily for me, as you can see, the line going down the vinyl panels that are on this wall. You may need a stud finder if you have drywall or something like that. I myself would not use drywall anchors for something like this that's securing to the wall. But for me, it's just as easy as just... There we go. So, oh yeah. Bolt goes through. Washer is on the back side of the bracket. I've secured them down a little bit more. 10 millimeter, 13 millimeter. And the lag screws on the wall are 10 millimeter as well. Now what we need to do is make sure that our washers all get behind the bracket. Get behind the bolt. Yeah, there we go. All right, all of our washers are behind the brackets now. Plenty of room on the inside here to wrench. Now on this side, you're working outside the frame, and you see how close my hand is right here. But you could get tight space and just have to do small little adjustments. So this cotter pin style U right here, this pops off like that. It's like the adjustment on my Viper chair. If I want to change the adjustment up and down, that goes around, this goes up, it snaps into place. So this goes through here, it goes through there, and it goes like that. And then we have, yeah, that rolls pretty good. Nice and smooth. So let's see how this works. This is my current new favorite gun. The video for this will be out before this one, but let's see. Like, do we send it from this side like that? As it falls through that. If we do it like this, like that, that'll work. That won't fall down, but it's kind of loose. It just sits like that. That's one way you could do it. Easy to mount. Everything about it is pretty cool. So far, I mean, obviously we just installed it. It's just sitting on the wall. It hasn't been used in real world scenarios. I'm 190 pounds. It's holding me. So I think we're good. Now this is the big difference on the Active 2.3. As you can see, different kind of feet. And actually it has bolt holes here and here that secure it when it's being shipped to a piece of wood, but it also is going to allow you to secure it from the bottom and make sure it's nice and mounted. I myself probably will never secure bolts. These feet, it's not going to move anyway. I'm out of frame. Yeah, oh well. Get this up here. So here is our hookup to go through that hole to our 2.3. That fits in there. This is an M22 on the side, and that is secure there. So these are the 4 bolts that came mounted to a board. Pretty stout and strong, way stronger than just about anything that's on here, which still doesn't make sense. Again, you're securing this to the mount, but what's holding on the wall isn't like this. That is not going to work. What about over here? Okay, that'll work there. That one does. And yeah, there we go. There's so many different variations, but you really only truly have one setup that you can do. Go behind the rail here and get this secured. Obviously, you know, they built this to work with many different pressure washers. Watch why there's so many different slot combinations between the different pressure washers. But truly, really, I'm sure it works best with the Actives. These fit in pretty good. So, and they are, you know, they're a little loose. Like I said, it's those probably not a problem, but the weight of a foam cannon over time. See that's it. Look at that. That's what I'm talking about. It just it sits in this rubber grommet, and then it weights the bottle against this to hold it. But now to get my nozzles, the nozzles are pretty dang close to that foam cannon. I don't like how this is secured. The wand shoots up this way and goes into that grommet there. I mean, it's secured. It's not going to fall out. Could it over time? I don't know. It's just rubber and friction with metal. If this thing has soap on it, is it going to get slick? Is it going to slide out? This usually sits at the end, but this doesn't allow it to bend, because if you go inside this channel, this is going to be too long before the bend that we have to make here. So we're going to take our male and then hook it on the inside with this quick connect. Fits nice and snug in there. Now, this is the better way for a hose to be mounted, is on the inside. These are wing nuts on the outside. I'll show you here in a second. So you can see it's a U like this, 2 wing nuts that just go on there. Secure that over the hose. Run that through. All right, this right here, we're gonna have to hide back here. Oh, it kind of hides. You can kind of hide it behind the bracket and the unit. You know, there's a gap there. It actually slides down that gap, and I can slide that down like that under here. This is a very confined space in here to be able to get your hand in. Now, with the position of the 2.3 where this hose is, the bend is not in the way of the locking, but the foam cannon and this all together does make a tight little spot. And there's definitely a gap there. I'm not the best in the world at this, so yeah. But it does spin nicely. It's 10 times better than how I roll my hose up on the retractable reel, that's for sure. See how easy it is to pull. Does it get too far ahead of itself? Actually, the tension's pretty good. So if we want to pull really quick, it does get a little bit of ahead of itself there, but not too much. If we pull at a decent rate, it's not bad. It doesn't get out of control. All right, I'm using my Ely Quick Connects for this. I'm setting this one up over here. Yep, it's enough room to connect there. The edge of the Ely actually sits right on the edge of this. Actually, there's no stress at all. That's actually quite perfect. All right, let's turn the water on, see if we have any leaks. All right, let's get the air out. 2.3 is plugged in. All right, this circuit that garage door opener on, that's hooked up to my lights in the garage too. So this is not ideal. Not ideal at all. Needs to be on a dedicated circuit. 10 AWG extension cable, more than enough to handle this. Let's see what difference that makes. See the behavior of the lights and everything, the difference. Here we go. See the instant on? It was struggling. So now we're at 1,000 PSI. Gained 50 PSI off of making that change. Yeah, 2.15 on the wall at a 5%. We're in the mid 2.2s, 2.25 or so. Obviously with a bigger nozzle, we'll get 2.3 pretty easily. I don't see any restriction. As you see, my hose is, I didn't secure my hose here. See that? The pressure of that hose retracting, contracting, the pressure, all of that is going to make it do that. That's why you need to make sure once you have your hose link set to where it is, you're going to want to lock that reel. So what I have is a bit crude because I don't have a bolt yet that I can find that will fit this. But guess what? I have a 1/4 inch to 3/8 inch adapter that will allow me to screw it on that backside.
That's what she said.
So we have a 1/4 inch quick disconnect. that with the mail in that will go through. There we go. It's just, that. I'm going to put this back here like this. This is the way it should have been. Just my opinion. Let's do this. There we go. It's hanging on its own. Now I have enough room to grab my nozzles without touching the bottle here. The grommets, perfectly fine for the nozzles. But for something as heavy as a foam cannon, I do believe that the quick connect is a better way to go. I also think for the wand holder here, that's upside down with all of this weight holding on that rubber. It doesn't make any sense to me. It really doesn't. So here's the Active 2.0. As you see, I don't have the mounting feet for it. On the bottom, I mean, obviously there's no place to mount unless you use self-tappers, but this thing, it's gonna wanna move a little bit. If you had like a rubber pad, I think you'd be perfectly fine. I don't think you'd have to mount it. You see a little bit higher point for the connection, it looks like, maybe. No, about the same. So if that hooks in there, but the 2.0 works just fine up there. So a Ryobi, and this would be the same for the 1800 or the 1200, the Ryobi Automotive. It's the exact same casing, exact same positioning. This would be tough because the outlet is on this side. So you'd have to be like way over here. This doesn't give you any ability to correct on a swivel. So you would need to secure it kind of like that. And then it would need to sit like here. You really have no mounting position for it, so you would need like a rubber mat or something to keep it from moving. These don't move much. I just need something to keep it from sliding. It's not enough room on the back to run a garden hose. There might be, if there's enough room for an elbow. Let me see if I can fit an elbow in there. All right, here we go. So I'm gonna take this and I'm gonna add this elbow to the back side. And most garden hose elbows are about this size. You might be able to find one a bit shorter, but so you are on the level edge of the system itself, right? Could you run it the opposite way? Could you run it like this? Let's see. It will work. Like it's a force here to do that. We're definitely clear of our locking pin, but it's definitely in the way of the foam cannon now. It's pushing right up against it. Oh, the things I do for a video. I had this thing perfectly situated over there. So here is the AR630 V2, 60 something pounds of absolute madness. I'm not seeing it lining up on any, those hole patterns don't line up on any of this. This is up here. This ain't going nowhere when it sits up here on its rubber feet by itself. Like it's not moving off of here, but you could easily secure it to one of these, slots. Obviously we can't go through this hole here, but can it? Oh, that's a bit of a problem because the outlet on a AR630 V2 is 3/8 inch MPT on this side. And so we're going to need a quick connect attached to this here. That is as far as back as I can go when I'm staying on the flat part. Oh man. Yeah, you're definitely going to need an intervention here. Now this is going to work for me because I have quite the contraption here. This is what I use on my AR on the other side. It is multiple elbows, 3/8 inch elbows with a swivel in the middle and then quick connects on the end. That allows me to put the hose in any orientation that I want. So if I go like this, run it in here, like this. Hey, look at that. Look at that. All right, so that allows us to bring the AR out a little bit, like that. And that puts this behind a little bit so I can still get to my locking pin. It's actually out the way more This actually works better. It doesn't move itself. It doesn't need to be secured. None of mine have ever been secured. They just sit on the shelf. I put a rubber pad, a little slip resistant pad on there. Works perfect. This is about a week and a half later. Multiple uses, multiple pressure washers put through there. As you can see, this is a foam can review video that I did. I used the 2.0, 2.3, and the 1800 all up there, unmounted, just standing up there. All of them worked just fine the way they were. Nothing kind of rocked loose or anything. It's really good. It really is. The ball bearings are crazy good. There's no squeaking. There's no noise. The handle spins great. It mounts well. It held me. It's easy to use. The one thing I really, really do wish that they would fix is the lead hose. The rubber grommet for the foam cannon, it may have worked with the active foam cannon because it's got a really wide base, so it touches the wall. But I think a quick connect there is better. I can't say much else bad about it, really. It's going to land in the US probably around $349 or so. The Cars W Kiev 10 discount code if you want to support the channel. And obviously I make commission off of that, but you're going to save yourself 10%. So there you go. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. Don't check the links below for anything in the video. And I'll see you in the next video. Pretty simple. And oh, my DJI just went magnetic on me. Oh, wow. Gotta watch out for that. On the inside of the reel, this is how it... Are you kidding me? Oh my gosh. Note to self. Stay clear of the metal. So here in the middle, this is how... Oh my God. So let's go put this up on the wall. So let's go see how... So let's go put this... Before that, check the links below for anything in the video. Don't forget to get... So let's go put this up on the wall and see how... So let's go put the... Check the links below for anything in the video. Don't forget to like... Blah, blah, blah. Oh my gosh.